Not only was there a new quarterback under center,
but we also have a brand new anchor duo. OwlSports Update is live, and it starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to OwlSports Update. It's a new day and we have a brand new duo on the desk. He's Ajay Patel, I'm Brielle, and if you are a Temple sports fan, you've come to the right place.
Starting with football, the Owls kicked off week 2 against the Lafayette Leopards. There were a lot of twists and turns as well as a new Owl under center. The Cherry and White were ready to stop a nation worst 8-game losing streak in their home opener. Starting off, we have a little deja vu from last season. DeJuan Mathis throws a 29-yard over-the-shoulder connection to Jose Barbone, setting up the Owls at the 3-yard line. Next thing you know, Devon Hubbard puts his head down and goes to work for a touchdown run. The fans are getting into it, and so is Owls corner Dominic Hill. What you'll see here is a touchdown target to the end zone, and unfortunately, after review, this play is snagged by Julius Young for a touchdown. And then EJ Warner comes into the game and throws a 15-yard dime to Ian Stewart, counted for 7. That's EJ Warner's first collegiate touchdown pass. And here's the second, inside the hashes to tight end Jordan Smith. Here's Devon Fox blocking 1 of 3 punts. Your final here is 30-14 Temple.
Yeah, the one thing I love about DJ, he's found a way to get what he wants to get done as a play caller, but keep it simple for our young men. They're playing fast. It's because he's kind of kept it simple for them. They've bought into the culture that he's trying to create there on defense, so it's very exciting when you can get TFL sacks and things of that sort, no question about it. Jose, along with the whole entire unit, they were disappointed about their performances the week before, and they went out with the mindset to get better, and to push each other, to hold each other accountable, and we still got some work to do in that department, but when you put the proper investment in, the proper preparation in, you tend to get a better result. And I think Jose was.
Redshirt sophomore Devon Fox made Temple history this past weekend in the win against Lafayette. OwlSports Update's Meg Doyle has the story from Lincoln Financial Field.
A record-breaking performance was one of the many reasons Temple's 8-game losing streak has come to an end. A streak that stretched back almost 1 full year. In front of 18,000 fans at the home opener, Devon Fox blocked not 1, not 2, but 3 punts, all leading to Temple points in the win over Lafayette.
We had to find a way to create field position. And those block punts put us in favorable position to score points.
With 40 seconds left in the second quarter, Fox blocked his first punt of the game. This set the offense up for a scoring drive. Edward Sadie ran in from 9 yards out to give the Owls a 14-point lead at the half. The redshirt sophomore blocked his second punt, which led EJ Warner to hook up with tight end Jordan Smith for his first career touchdown reception. And finally, Fox blocked his third punt at the end of the game. This block led to the game's final points, a safety and a Temple win, 30-14. Devon Fox has not only broken a Temple record, but has had more punt blocks than any other team in the NCAA this season. The last single punt block for Temple happened 4 years ago on November 10th against Houston.
He was definitely impactful today in what we asked him to do on special teams, and he enjoys it. He's bought into that.
Fox was just named the American Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. Reporting from Lincoln Financial Field, I'm Meg Doyle, OwlSports Update.
With Week 2 in the books, the football team now looks ahead to its Week 3 matchup against Rutgers, a team that's likely the most talented the Owls will have seen this year. For more on the homecoming game, we welcome in someone who talks football every week on our Tuesday show. Inside the Nest's very own Sam Massett is in the studio to tell us more. Hey, Sam.
Thanks, Brielle. The Owls will host the Scarlet Knights at the Link this Saturday at 2 p.m. This is going to be a tough game for Temple considering Rutgers has won the last 5 matchups against the Owls and remains undefeated so far in the 2022 season after taking down Wagner 66-7 last week. These teams faced off in the 2021 season opener in East Brunswick, where Temple was blown out 61-14. On a brighter note, true freshman Ajay Warner is looking hopeful for this season as he showed off the best debut quarterback stats for the Owls since 2018. But will it be enough against one of the statistically best defenses in the nation? And who doesn't love a good family weekend? The Cherry and White have their annual homecoming game where they currently are on a win streak over the last 3 homecoming games, and an upset win is not a stranger to the team. Reporting from the studio set, I'm Sam Massett. Ajay and Brielle, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. One man who knows this program very well is 1986 Heisman runner-up Paul Palmer. Not only did he play for the Owls, but he is now the radio color commentator. Paul has seen this program at its best and worst, and he says Drayton is the right man and the right time for this job.
Sometimes you got to take a step back to take a couple steps forwards. There may have been a step back. This year could be a step back, but there should be no shame on his behalf or the players' behalf because it's new and it takes time. We're going to be good. I think we're in good hands. I think the school did an incredible job with the hiring of our president. I think he did an incredible job with the hiring of our athletic director, and I think he did a great job hiring of our head coach. And I really think that we are really, really in good hands.
The 1-1 Temple Owls will take on the 2-0 Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Saturday. Fans will be strolling into the Link at 2 p.m. for Temple's annual homecoming game. This will likely be one of the most packed games of the year. Rutgers is even bringing its own band. And if you can't make it, the game will be streamed live on ESPN+. And either way, make sure to follow us on social media for game updates at OwlSports Update.
We're getting ready to take our first break of the day. When we come back, we'll take a look at the men's soccer team that took on Lafayette on Friday night.
And field hockey continues to rack up win after win. We'll see you in 90 seconds. Welcome back to OwlSports Update. At the Temple Sports Complex Friday night, the men's soccer team hosted Lafayette. Sean Karani passes the ball to midfielder Fabian Grant, who shoots and he scores. It's a 1-0 Temple lead. After this, Mike Eigendahl dribbling downfield but gets tripped up under his own feet. Next play, Leopards forward Lawrence Eidlet shoots and is saved by Temple goalie Mike Ramirez. Marcos Kitro-Milidis scores this one, assisted by Eidlet. But Kitro-Milidis wasn't done just yet. He scored another goal on a penalty kick. Your final, 3-1 Lafayette. Moving on over to women's soccer, the team has struggled to put the ball in the net through its first 6 games this season. We welcome in OwlSports Update's Zoe Tucker to see how they can break out of this early season offensive slump. Hey, Zoe.
Thanks, guys. Women's soccer is off to a rough start. 6 games in, and the Owls are still looking for that first win with their record at 0-4. The team is on the road this Thursday night at Tulsa. The only goal the team has seen this season was in its 1-1 draw against Maryland in their season opener almost a month ago, thanks to junior forward Emily Cavanaugh. Despite their winless record, sophomore defender Phoebe Holland has full hope that the team will see playoffs this year, despite not being there since 2018. This game against Tulsa is the final road game in their current 6-game trip, and it's also their conference opener. This Thursday's game kicks off at 8 p.m. and can be streamed on ESPN+. Reporting from the Temple Sports Complex, I'm Zoe Tucker, OwlSports Update.
Now let's take it over to Howard Field as the LIU field hockey team comes to town. There's Maddie Mulchaney axing this one into the air. And now the ball movement continues as Mirtez Hollenberg gets it right over the glove of the goalkeeper. Now trailing 2, LIU was granted a penalty corner, and the Sharks forward Melon Leidard takes advantage of it. Then down in the trenches, the Owls get one more. That makes the final score 5-1 Temple. With the win, the team is now 5-1 on the year. One reason for the success is the leadership coming from an underclassman. Julianne Kopech is making a difference off of the field. She introduced the Fellowship of Christian Athletes program to North Broad. OwlSports Update's Ricky Turner has our story.
Number 33, Julianne Kopech.
Julianne Kopech has been playing field hockey almost as long as she can remember. But her faith as a Christian in her Catholic church has been with her even longer.
I grew up in the Catholic church, so I went to Catholic school my whole entire life.
Julianne is using this faith as the leader of Temple's very first Fellowship of Christian Athletes Club, which is more than 20,000 groups internationally.
I had an FCA group in my high school, and it really encouraged me to grow closer in my faith, and I wanted to bring that to Temple as well.
To prepare to lead this club, Julianne attended the Mid-Atlantic College camp in Chesapeake Bay, along with hundreds of other college athletes.
We did small group study, like Bible studies, and just spoke about the Lord working in each other's lives.
Being a leader of a group like this is gaining the attention of her teammates and coach as they have noticed her grow as a leader.
Build something that she's proud of, and it kind of came over into inspired all of us to really follow something that we're passionate about.
I've just seen maturity and kind of, this servitude kind of attitude.
Julianne has a passion for making this group successful, but it's still in its early stages as she's trying to grow and promote this group. She's hoping to have her first official meeting next spring. Reporting from Temple's campus, I'm Ricky Turner.
It's time for us to take our final break of the afternoon.
When we come back, we'll preview the volleyball team's weekend at Cornell. It was a couple steps back with one step forward. Stick with us.
Welcome back to OwlSports Update. Over the weekend, the volleyball team took a trip up to Ithaca, New York to play in the Cornell tournament. To kick off the weekend, Temple fell to Albany 3-1. In its second match, the Owls lost to Colgate 3-1, but outside hitter Taylor Davenport led all players with 20 kills. In its final match of the tournament, Temple defeated Cornell 3-2 after falling behind 18-15 in set 2. Redshirt senior Peyton Boyd and Davenport both tallied 4 kills in the fourth set to secure the win.
The volleyball team has been taking a different approach into 2022 after winning just 7 matches last year. Of course, this all starts with new head coach Linda Hampton-Keith, who looks to get the team back on track.
Splits one toward the one spot. Davenport on the outside.
There's one word to describe Temple volleyball this year: relentless.
That's just going after it, never quitting, just going for it all the time.
New head coach Linda Hampton-Keith has been coaching at a high level for over 20 years. Just last year, she helped Louisville advance to the Final Four. Her coaching style is unconventional, yet it's been effective at times, as her goal is to develop athletes, not just position players.
But it's all the defensive moves, and every single person has to do them. Our thing that we do every day, the routines, we call them our vitamins. You take your vitamins every day, so you do our routines every day.
Coach Hampton-Keith feels confident in her team's abilities, going as far as switching her players' positions. Her philosophy has sparked an increase in offensive production. Since last year, the Owls have more kills per set and have even increased their attack percentage. And it's helped in the win column. The Owls are 4-4, just 3 wins shy of last year's total. The water here on North Broad tastes a little bit differently, with the team's gameplay approach being more fluid than it has in previous seasons.
A lot more focus on, fluid play and having everyone be connected and be able to do a lot of the skills.
Temple hopes to maintain its balanced attack tomorrow as they play Providence. The Owls still have 4 matches before their conference opener versus Tulsa on the 25th.
Now a change of pace. Ajay and I are going to get started with a brand new segment we like to call How A, Ajay, and B, Brielle See It.
Each week we're going to pick the most interesting things happening in the Temple athletics world and give our take on it. Last week, Juwan Mathis got pulled in the second quarter after fumbling for the 4th time in the past 2 games.
True freshman EJ Warner stepped in and made a name for himself during his collegiate debut. So AJ, is he the guy now?
Yeah, I mean, just take a look at his stat line. After he came in the second quarter, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, and over 73% completion rate. I think if you redshirt him right now, he's got a chance to leave thanks to the transfer portal, and he won't stay his 4 years here. I think he puts the Temple Owls in the best position to succeed right now. And think about it. He's had NFL training his whole life with his dad being Kurt Warner. What do you think?
So I think that they have to go with Warner as the starter moving forward. I mean, you saw what happened when he came in against Lafayette, and he totally changed the tempo of the game, which is impressive. I think if they were to redshirt him, he would end up transferring because I do think he has potential at a bigger program. But we have a jam-packed weekend with all things Temple sports. On Friday, field hockey takes on Quinnipiac here at Howard Field, and the volleyball team faces Providence at the Penn Invitational. 4 different teams are in action on Saturday, starting with the volleyball doubleheader. But don't forget about the homecoming game when Rutgers visits the Link at 2 p.m. and men's soccer welcomes UCF for a 7 p.m. game at the Temple Sports Complex.
To wrap up the weekend, the red-hot field hockey team welcomes Philly rival LaSalle at 1 p.m. That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us on our OwlSports Update debut. I'm Ajay Patel.
And I'm Brielle, and for the entire OwlSports Update crew, have a wonderful rest of your day.